It might shock you to learn this, but eating the wrong kind of nuts regularly can increase your risk of heart disease by up to 48%. That's not a random number, it's backed by years of research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Even scarier? Some of these so-called healthy nuts are probably sitting in your kitchen right now. They're quietly raising your blood pressure, triggering inflammation, clogging your arteries, and potentially harming your brain. And yet, many seniors keep eating them, thinking they're doing something beneficial for their health. In today's video, we'll reveal which nuts are truly powerful allies for your heart, brain, and bones, and which ones may be silently hurting your aging body. One nut in particular is downright dangerous, and it's likely in your snack jar right now. We'll tell you exactly what it is before the end. So make sure you watch this to the very end, because the nut you think is helping you might just be doing the opposite. But first, please like this video and hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you science-backed health wisdom that helps you age strong and smart. Comment where you're watching from, we'd love to connect with our viewers around the world. Now, let's count down the top 4 best nuts for seniors over 65 and reveal the ones you should absolutely avoid. Number 4, almonds, the bone-strengthening super nut. Starting off strong, almonds. These crunchy powerhouses are a top-tier food for aging bodies, especially if you're over 65. Why? Because almonds are packed with calcium and vitamin E, 2 nutrients that are crucial for keeping your bones strong as you age. After 65, bone density naturally decreases, making you more prone to fractures. But just a quarter cup of almonds a day gives you nearly 97 milligrams of calcium, a solid defense against brittle bones. But here's what most people miss. Almonds are also rich in magnesium, a mineral that acts like calcium's personal GPS. It helps direct calcium to your bones instead of letting it clog your arteries, a major win for your heart and your skeleton. And speaking of the heart, almonds are loaded with healthy monounsaturated fats, which help reduce bad LDL cholesterol levels. That's especially important as your cardiovascular risk rises with age. Need another reason to snack on them? They've got 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, making them a natural solution for constipation, which affects nearly 40% of older adults. But there's more. According to Tufts University, almonds may also protect your brain cells from oxidative damage, something that becomes more concerning as we get older. Just make sure to buy almonds with the skin on. The skins are loaded with flavonoids, which, when paired with vitamin E, double the antioxidant power. Warning pro tip for seniors, be sure to chew almonds well. While they're nutrient-packed, they can pose a choking risk if you have difficulty swallowing. Go for dry roasted or raw almonds, unsalted, of course, and aim for about 15 to 20 per day. Number 3, walnuts, the brain-boosting powerhouse. Coming in at number 3, the nut that looks just like your brain and supports it too. We're talking about walnuts. These wrinkled wonders aren't just a snack, they're one of the best brain foods on the planet, especially for seniors. Here's why. Walnuts are the top source of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that keeps your brain cell membrane strong and your neurotransmitters firing. In simpler terms, it helps your brain stay sharp, flexible, and fast. In a major study published in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts per day for 8 weeks showed real improvements in cognitive processing speed and mental flexibility. That's huge. Especially as forgetfulness, fogginess, and mental slowdown become more common with age. But that's not all. Walnuts are also rich in polyphenol, powerful compounds that cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce inflammation in your brain's neural tissues. That means they're potentially protective against devastating diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. And get this, walnuts even contain melatonin. That's the natural hormone that helps regulate your sleep cycle. As we age, melatonin levels drop, which can make falling or staying asleep a frustrating challenge. Some older adults find that a handful of walnuts before bed gently improves sleep quality. No pills needed, but walnuts don't stop at brain health. They're also heart heroes. Thanks to their rich content of arginine, an amino acid that helps blood vessels relax, walnuts may even enhance the effectiveness of certain blood pressure meds and improve circulation in aging arteries. Now, a lot of people get put off by the slightly bitter taste of walnuts, but don't let that scare you. That taste comes from their strong antioxidant profile, and those antioxidants are what make them so protective. Spoon, here's the sweet spot. Aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day, and store them in the refrigerator to protect their delicate oils from going rancid. Light bulb bonus tip: shelling walnuts by hand is actually great for fine motor coordination, something many seniors benefit from maintaining. Number 2, pistachios, the blood pressure balancer. At number 2, we've got a nut that doesn't get nearly enough credit. Pistachios, the crunchy, green little powerhouses that are secretly doing wonders for your blood pressure, heart, eyes, and even your waistline. First off, pistachios are one of the highest potassium-containing nuts out there, clocking in at around 285 milligrams per serving. For seniors, that's a game changer. Why? Because potassium helps flush out excess sodium from your system, keeping your blood pressure in check without relying on meds. In fact, studies show that pistachios may lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points just by adding them to your daily diet. That's the kind of drop most people only expect from prescription medication, without the nasty side effects. But wait, pistachios also pack in powerful carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin. These target the macula, the part of your eye responsible for central vision, and help defend against age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of vision loss after age 60. Now let's talk about texture, because that matters, especially for seniors. Some nuts are hard on the teeth and gums, but pistachios are gentle while still giving you that satisfying crunch. That makes them a great pick for those with dental issues or sensitive gums. Ever notice how pistachios are often sold in their shells? That's not just for fun. Shelling slows you down. It gives your brain time to catch up with your stomach, helping prevent mindless overeating, a common trap with softer, easier-to-eat snacks. According to the International Journal of Obesity, seniors who ate shelled pistachios actually consumed fewer calories, thanks to the visual cue of discarded shells. Smart snacking in action. And about that color? The green and purple hues you see in pistachios are due to antioxidants that help combat aging, fight free radicals, and keep your cells healthier, longer. Here's your daily goal: around 49 pistachios, or 1 ounce per day, unsalted or lightly salted. Look for half-open shells if arthritis makes shelling harder, but don't skip the process entirely. It's therapeutic. Also, the 3 grams of fiber per ounce make pistachios an excellent ally for controlling blood sugar, especially crucial for the 1 in 4 seniors with diabetes or prediabetes. Number 4, Brazil nuts. The tiny nut with massive anti-aging power. Taking the number 1 spot on our list is the Brazil nut, a small nut with massive impact, especially for seniors over 65. What makes Brazil nuts so powerful? It's their off-the-charts selenium content. Just one Brazil nut contains about 96 micrograms of selenium. That's 137% of your daily recommended value. And why does that matter? Because selenium is critical for thyroid function, a system that controls your energy, metabolism, and mood. Here's a shocker: 1 in 5 older adults has undiagnosed thyroid issues, often mistaking the symptoms for just getting old. Fatigue, weight gain, brain fog? It could all trace back to a sluggish thyroid. Brazil nuts help turn things around, naturally. Selenium supports the activation of thyroid hormones and helps regulate metabolism, boost energy levels, and even lift your mood, but it doesn't stop there. Selenium is also crucial for your nervous system. Brazil nuts contain healthy fats that protect myelin, the insulating sheath around your nerves that often deteriorates with age. Keeping that sheath strong means better reflexes, faster reaction times, and sharper cognitive function. And get this, according to groundbreaking research, antioxidants in Brazil nuts may even slow the shortening of telomeres, those little caps on your DNA that shrink as you age. That means Brazil nuts could literally help slow cellular aging, but there's a catch. More isn't better. Brazil nuts are so rich in selenium that too many can become toxic, especially for older adults with slower detox systems. The sweet spot? Just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day. That's all you need to get the benefits, without going overboard. Look for in-shell Brazil nuts when shopping, they stay fresher longer. Store them in the fridge to protect their healthy oils. And their creamy, buttery taste makes them a perfect substitute for less healthy treats. Also worth noting, Their healthy fats and fiber make them excellent for digestive regularity, a big win for seniors dealing with constipation. So there you have it, the top 4 healthiest nuts for seniors: Brazil nuts for thyroid, brain, and anti-aging, pistachios for blood pressure, vision, and glucose control, walnuts for brain function, memory, and sleep, almonds for bones, heart health, and digestion. But we're not done yet. In the next section, we'll expose the 5 most dangerous nuts that seniors should limit or avoid entirely. One of them is falsely labeled as healthy but may quietly increase your risk of kidney damage, liver strain, and even cognitive decline. You do not want to miss this. Number 5. The 4 dangerous nuts seniors should avoid, starting with number 4, peanuts, ****. Now that you know which nuts can help you live longer, stronger, and sharper, it's time for a wake-up call. Because not all nuts are your friend. In fact, some can silently damage your liver, spike your blood pressure, trigger inflammation, or even interfere with your medications. Let's begin with number 4 on our list of nuts seniors should avoid after 65. Number 4, peanuts, the inflammation bomb in disguise. Dairy everywhere, on airplanes, in candy bars, on your kitchen shelf. But here's what you probably don't know: peanuts aren't even real nuts, they're legumes that grow underground. And that makes them highly prone to mold, specifically aflatoxins, a dangerous class of toxins that can silently damage your liver and raise your cancer risk, especially in aging bodies with weakened detox systems. As we age, our ability to eliminate toxins declines. That makes even small amounts of aflatoxin more harmful for seniors than for younger adults, but that's just the start. Many people, even those without a peanut allergy, can have a mild inflammatory reaction to peanut proteins. For seniors already struggling with joint pain, cognitive decline, or cardiovascular strain, this hidden inflammation can make things worse. On top of that, peanuts are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, and while some omega-6 is fine, most diets are already overloaded. An imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 promotes chronic inflammation, one of the root causes of heart disease and neurodegeneration, and if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, there's a lesser-known danger. Vitamin K, peanuts contain it, and it can interfere with your medication, increasing your risk of blood clots or bleeding. Still eating commercial peanut butter? Bad news, it's often filled with hydrogenated oils, sugar, and sodium, a terrible trio for seniors with high blood pressure or diabetes. Even natural peanut butter can oxidize quickly and become rancid, releasing harmful free radicals into your system. Another hidden threat? Acrylamide, a chemical formed during the dry roasting process. It's been linked to cognitive damage and has no place in a brain-healthy diet. And here's the scary part: most seniors eat peanuts without noticing any symptoms. But damage is often silent and builds over time. Instead of reaching for a spoonful of peanut butter, consider swapping in almond butter or walnut butter for better fat ratios and brain-friendly nutrients. Part 6, Number 3, cashews, the sweet nut that secretly spikes sugar and steals calcium. ****, they're creamy. They're tasty. They're in every snack mix, trail mix, and health bar at the store. But cashews, despite their popularity, might be one of the worst choices for seniors, and here's why. Cashews are loaded with carbs, unlike most tree nuts, which are high in healthy fats and low in sugar. Cashews contain over 9 grams of carbohydrates per ounce. That's dangerously high for older adults, especially the 25% of seniors with diabetes and the 48% with prediabetes. That small handful of cashews? It can spike your blood sugar without you even realizing it. This sneaky glycemic effect makes cashews a major red flag for anyone trying to manage insulin, weight, or energy levels later in life. Low in fiber, high in oxalates, unlike almonds or pistachios, cashews don't offer much fiber to help slow sugar absorption. Even worse, they contain oxalates, compounds that can bind to calcium and make it harder for your body to absorb this critical mineral. For seniors, that's a big deal. As you age, bone density naturally decreases, and oxalates can rob your bones of what little calcium you're still absorbing. Plus, oxalates increase the risk of kidney stones, which become more common and more painful after 60. Hard to digest and easy to overeat, cashews are soft, buttery, and easy to chew, which may sound like a good thing for aging teeth, but here's the problem: they're also easy to overeat. Their smooth texture makes portion control nearly impossible, and that's a slippery slope when you're watching weight, blood sugar, or cholesterol. Cashews also contain enzyme inhibitors that can make it harder for seniors to digest protein, something many older adults are already struggling with. Processing problems you don't see. Cashews require intense processing to remove urushiol, the same toxic compound found in poison ivy. By the time they reach your mouth, they've often been salted, roasted in unhealthy oils, and stripped of nutrients. Many store-bought cashews are also heavily salted, triggering high blood pressure, fluid retention, and heartburn, especially in those over 65. And here's the kicker: cashews are one of the most aspirated nuts among seniors with swallowing issues. Their curved, soft shape makes them a choking hazard, particularly for those with dry mouth or poor reflexes. Bottom line, cashews may be delicious, but they're nutritional traps for seniors. For better blood sugar control, stronger bones, and easier digestion, swap cashews with walnuts or almonds. You'll get the flavor without the health risks. Part 7, Number 2, Macadamia Nuts, the buttery bomb that may hurt more than help. They're rich. They're luxurious. And they taste like dessert, but macadamia nuts, while delicious, could quietly be working against your health, especially if you're over 65. Here's what you need to know: macadamias are calorie landmines. Just 1 ounce, about 10 to 12 nuts, contains nearly 200 calories and over 22 grams of fat. And while some of that fat is monounsaturated, a troubling portion is saturated fat, which raises LDL cholesterol, the bad kind that clogs arteries and increases your risk of heart disease. As you age, your metabolism slows down, making it harder to burn off those extra calories and fats. That's a problem, especially when managing weight, blood pressure, and cholesterol becomes more important than ever. Gallbladder trouble ahead. Here's what most people don't realize: macadamias are one of the fattest nuts around, and their heavy fat load puts pressure on your gallbladder. If you have asymptomatic gallstones, which up to 15% of seniors do, macadamias can trigger painful flare-ups. Most people don't even know they have gallstones until something sets them off. And macadamia nuts can be that trigger. Too hard for aging teeth, their density makes macadamia nuts tough to chew, especially for people with crowns, dentures, or sensitive teeth. After 65, dental fragility becomes a real concern, and one wrong bite can result in a cracked filling or worse. Their rich, buttery flavor also encourages mindless overeating, which doesn't help matters if you're already battling cravings or trying to control your calorie intake. They're expensive, but not nutritionally rich. Macadamias are among the priciest nuts on the market, and yet they offer less nutritional value per bite compared to almonds, pistachios, or walnuts. And because of their cost, many people opt for cheaper brands that are more likely to be rancid or improperly stored, exposing you to oxidized oils, which can increase inflammation, damage cells, and worsen age-related conditions like arthritis or heart disease. Plus, most store-bought macadamias are roasted in unhealthy oils and heavily salted, a 1-2 punch for seniors managing high blood pressure or fluid retention. What's the better choice? If you're craving a nut with flavor and crunch, go for pistachios. They're far more heart-friendly, easier on the teeth, and packed with powerful antioxidants that fight aging, not fuel it. Part 8, Number 1, Pine Nuts, the silent saboteur hiding in your pantry. You've probably had them in pesto, maybe sprinkled over a salad, but pine nuts, despite their tiny size and gourmet reputation, can pack a surprising and dangerous punch, especially for seniors. And here's why this nut takes the number 1 spot on our list of nuts seniors should avoid after 65. Medication mayhem. Pine nuts contain bioactive compounds that can interact with over 60% of medications commonly prescribed to older adults. We're talking about blood pressure meds, statins, and even some antidepressants. These interactions can either block the medication's effects or worsen side effects, and most seniors are never told this by their doctor or pharmacist. If you're over 65 and taking multiple prescriptions, even a handful of pine nuts could silently interfere with your treatment plan. Pine mouth, a real and lingering illness. Ever heard of pine nut syndrome? It's a condition that causes a horribly bitter, metallic taste in your mouth, often starting a day or 2 after eating pine nuts, and it can last for weeks. Now imagine how that impacts a senior's appetite. Research shows that up to 42% of people who experience pine mouth also experience weight loss due to reduced food intake. For older adults already struggling with appetite, nutrient deficiencies, or unexplained weight loss, that's a serious threat. Highly inflammatory and easily oxidized pine nuts are rich in polyunsaturated fats, which can go rancid fast, especially if they're stored improperly. When these fats oxidize, they create inflammatory compounds that are particularly damaging for seniors dealing with arthritis, heart issues, or autoimmune conditions. And because of their small size and slippery texture, pine nuts pose a choking risk, especially for those with dry mouth, a side effect of many medications, or impaired swallowing reflexes. Bad news for vision and protein absorption. Shocking new research suggests certain compounds in pine nuts may even contribute to age-related macular degeneration, AMD, a leading cause of blindness in seniors. They also contain enzyme inhibitors, which make it harder to digest proteins, something older adults already struggle with. Over time, poor protein absorption can lead to muscle loss, fatigue, and slower healing. Bottom line, despite their high price tag and fancy appeal, pine nuts are one of the worst choices for people over 65. From dangerous drug interactions to appetite suppression and inflammatory risks, they are a silent threat hidden in plain sight. If you've been sprinkling them on your salad or blending them into sauces, now's the time to press pause. Choose safer, smarter nuts instead, like walnuts, almonds, or pistachios. Final takeaway, your nut choices matter. The nuts you eat can either fuel your health or slowly sabotage it. Eat more almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. Limit or avoid peanuts, cashews, macadamia nuts, and pine nuts. Even small daily choices make a huge impact over time, especially when it comes to aging well. Before you go, comment below and tell us, which nut surprised you the most today? Have you ever experienced strange side effects from any of these? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another Health Smart video from Golden Wisdom. And if this video helped you, do us a favor, type 1 in the comments. If you already knew most of this, type 0. We love hearing from you. Your health is your power. Choose it wisely.